Hello, beautiful soul. This is Santosha from Share Your Spark, and welcome back to my channel. Today, we're talking about devotion devotion to your true self. In the transformational process, which we are all in, right, especially in these times, we're living the old identity, the old self, the old ego self, the old paradigms, and we are being guided to align more and more with who we truly are, to our authentic self, to our real self, who is actually living at a much higher vibration. It's, if you want to call it, the next version of ourselves. But I don't want to go into the timelines explanation because actually there is only one real you, which is not of the mind, where exists infinite possibilities and timelines of you, but in presence, in alignment, there is only one real you. And in order to integrate the real you, to make it shine more and more, to become present in everyday life, we need, like Rumi says, to let go of all the parts, aspects that obscure it. He was talking about love and is connected to that because this is what I mean by devotion to your true self. To um, align with it first more and more to this space, to this vibration, which is you. And then the second thing is to alchemize, to let go of all the parts, the ego identities, the old beliefs, the wounding, the traumas, the shadows that obscure it. And this is the second step. But the third one is the most important, and that is devotion, I call it. Some call it integration, or taking aligned action in order to embody it. But for me, I call it devotion because I believe it demonstrates better the intention behind it, or how we approach this process of embodiment, of alignment, of integration. Because it comes with love for who we truly are, for our higher self, for our real self. And I'll give you an example which is more brings it more practical. And forgive my English if it doesn't sound perfect, but I hope you're getting this message beyond the words. See the true meaning and even energetically what is being transmitted. So, for example, for me, I chose this method, let's call it, of devotion, of embodying the real me by doing these videos. So I started, and for a while I've been doing almost daily, and it's the devotion to my spark, or to my real self, how he wants to express. Because we need to put it into real practice, into real tangible activities. We cannot do the transformation only in the head, not even only energetically or by doing shadow work. That is, of course, important. But the final piece that most people miss, it's actually doing the real thing in the physical world. So for me, for example, it's being committed to doing these videos, but it comes from a place not of I have to, not of consistency, but of devotion. Devotion to the real self, to my real self, to my spirit. So even if I don't feel it, the One strategy would be to push myself, from the wounded masculine, let's do it, and so on. But I choose to do it from devotion, to connect with this beautiful space which is calling me and which is authentic to me, and then to alchemize what it's coming up that I don't feel like it, or who is gonna listen, and so on. But it's not about that. It's developing this devotion to doing it, to sharing myself, to sharing my spark. And actually, this is the name of the project, Share Your Spark, because it's such an important thing, and it's calling us to shine our light in the new world that it's coming, but it's already here. We can feel it, the new earth. Um, this is the new way of being, which is not new, of course. To live from our spark, from our authentic self, from connection with the universe, to the spirit, and to connect and to share that light into the world. This is our only job that we have to do. So, one trap might come, like being attached to how many views, how many likes, like how we do it, either to make it as a business, to be attached to the results. But that comes later, to make these steps, to make it like a business and so on. But before that, this is this phase of devotion that many people miss, and many light workers miss, and I used to miss it. And doing a lot of projects, being involved in how to advert, how to market it, and so on. But that comes natural as a process if you stick to the devotion phase, where you show up daily creating your art, but from the space of the heart, from the space of just sharing and letting the energy flow through you, not being interested in what anybody has to say, just letting it flow. And if you do it constantly, you will see that it's very healing. And from there, we don't know what might come up. Maybe from there will come how you put it into a program, or to create a package or some transformational container, but who knows? Because my mind usually wants to do that first, how to make it available for people to make transformations and so on. But I don't want to hurry about it, because this process of devotion, it's so important, and I used to miss it in previous projects. So now I just stay with it, and I'm having patience with the process, but from a place of not missing anything, from a place of staying with the longing of the heart and how it wants to express itself, to alchemize in the same time what is not serving anymore, what is not aligned, what comes up, all the fears, all the shadows. And I know this is not always easy. In the morning, I don't feel like doing it well, like all the stories, all beliefs, all the excuses of the ego. Nobody's watching, nobody's interested, and so on. But stay with that space to connect with who you truly are, to let everything, every part of you show up, and it's okay. There's nothing to fix. You don't need to heal anything. Just let everything be. And you'll notice this is how we alchemize and integrate those energies. And then it will become easier and easier to put it into practice. Your real vibration, your true self. Because we need to express it in the real world, in the physical world. Otherwise, it's not complete, the process. So I encourage you to, if it resonates with you, to try this process. of devotion to your true self. It can look in many ways. You don't have to do videos, depending on what your um, way of expressing it might be. It can be in so many ways, but there are these three steps, right? First of all, connecting with your true self, and you do that just by being still, by withdrawing the energy inside, connecting with your heart, connecting with your true self, your higher self. You can call it meditation if you want. And then see what comes up, what needs to be alchemized, integrated, and then choose a way of expressing it in an aligned manner. And you'll get the intuitive way how to do it actually in practice. So I hope this video serves you. I know for me it does, for sure. And if you resonate with this message, please give it a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.